Just like we do. I mean, I'm a fan of CCTV. I know that a lot of people are very against it and the whole Big Brother thing. But I think, you know, teachers don't have a lot of tools these days to keep control of a class. So if they're just there and everybody knows that they're there... And also, you're teaching those children that actually this is what we want. There is a way to behave within society, and also when you go out, you might be filmed. Yes, it's sad, but we don't live in pretty little villages anymore with everybody being, you know, decent and kind.
It's commonplace on the streets. I think there's literally about 3 street corners in the whole country where you can actually go where you wouldn't be filmed. So.
But I have to say, I would have taken umbrage if my child, because I've never hit my child, I've never done that on their head. So I would have taken umbrage.
But what
yes,
do you
I would
classify as hitting?
No, I don't want them to be...
So if a teacher went, can you please
stop? No, that's fine. But I don't want anybody, because you can't really gauge how hard... He might say he's just tapped, she might say... So I don't want a teacher to tap my child on the head.
I just think it's like a loss of control as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but
the child sees that.
On the flip side of that, because I'm going to contradict myself now, a friend of mine who's a teacher, she told me a story. She was in the playground duty. A little girl came up to her, and it's where she told this story. This child had these great, big, liquidy eyes with tears just rolling down her face. She said, "Miss, I haven't got a friend, and I'm never going to have a friend, and I'm so sad and lonely." And this friend of mine immediately, as you would, put her arms around this child, and within a minute, the other playground, "Don't do it. You can't do it. You can't touch it. You can't cuddle her."
Ridiculous.
So, you know, I'm wanting my cake and eat it here, because I'm also saying, well, I would want somebody to...
But then say that as a male teacher. I mean, you've got James saying, this teacher here saying, I would never say to a man now, go into teaching. No. Because, you know, there's two...
And it's sad, you know, you need male role models.
But if that had been a male teacher, would you want them hugging your daughter? You know, there's so many grey areas now.
Whereas grey areas...
wants to cuddle them. That's the most natural thing to want to do, is cuddle a child
when they're crying. But the thing is, there would be no grey area. I mean, we're talking, this is pie in the sky, because what would be the cost of CCTV, of course, but there'd be no grey area, would there?
No.
No.